Welcome to Education 206. Let's go ahead and jump into Module 3, Student Development, Social Theories, Constructivism, and of course, those humanistic theories. In this module, we're expanding your understanding. So we're moving beyond that cognitive and behavioral aspect that we looked at in Module 2. And as I mentioned before, we are looking at the ways that students learn socially, emotionally, and through real world experiences. These learning theories help us move beyond memorization to whole child teaching, and they're critical for classroom management, motivation, and student engagement. So let's take a moment and review the module goals. By the end of this module, you should be able to describe 4 major theorists and understand how their ideas apply in real classrooms. We'll look at Bandura for social learning, Dewey for experiential learning, and both Maslow and Rogers for humanistic education. As always, your goal is not just to memorize theory, but to think about how these ideas will influence your own teaching and your teaching practice. Additionally, at the end of this module, you'll have an assessment. So this narrated slide deck, along with the raw slide deck and other materials presented online, help you prepare. Albert Bandura believed that people learn by observing others. This is called modeling. In the classroom, this means students are always watching how we solve problems, how we react to challenges, even how we treat others. He identified 4 elements for effective observational learning. Students must pay attention, retain what they observe, be able to reproduce it, and have the motivation to try. Bandura also introduced the concept of self-efficacy. Students' belief in their own ability to succeed. This belief can be one of the strongest motivators for learning. And you can see that these applications are, of course, appropriate for academic content. So modeling that academic content for them, how to solve equations, how to write a paragraph, as well as some of those interpersonal and social emotional skills, such as how to share toys, how to be the line leader, how to show good citizenship skills, things like that. What does this look like? So I gave a couple of examples of academic and social and emotional, but we're going to expand it here with this slide. Use modeling, so show, don't just tell. Have students watch you solve a problem, or as I mentioned before, model respectful behavior. Encourage peer learning and collaboration, so students learn from one another. When students see success and feel encouraged, their self-efficacy grows. That's when they start to believe they can succeed. And of course, that's when they do. Now we're moving to John Dewey. He believed that learning should be active, hands-on, and relevant to students' lives. He argued that students learn best when they engage with real-world problems, not when they passively sit and receive information. He also championed student voice and choice, promoting democratic classrooms where students have a say in their learning. As future teachers, your goal is to make learning meaningful and connected to your students' lived experiences. Now we're going to move to Abraham Maslow with his hierarchy of needs. His theory isn't a learning theory in the traditional sense. It's a theory of human motivation, but it's essential for educators. He outlined 5 levels of need, from basic needs like food and safety to higher order needs like belonging, esteem, and ultimately self-actualization. If students are hungry, unsafe, or excluded, they can't focus on learning. Meeting these needs is a prerequisite for academic success. And also, when you perhaps expand your understanding online, you may find some revised versions of this chart or some expanded versions of this chart. It's very clever how it's been used in multiple applications from business and professional settings to academic settings. So I encourage you to kind of look at those and see how this hierarchy of needs fits so many different settings of our society. So let's look specifically at Maslow in the classroom. This theory reminds us, again, like previous theory, some of the previous theories that we discussed, to teach the whole child. That might mean having snacks available, creating a safe and respectful classroom environment, or making sure every student feels that they belong. Celebrate student strengths and achievements. Create opportunities for creativity, independence, and purpose. These are what lead to self-actualization and deeper learning. We're going to switch over to Carl Rogers now. Carl Rogers extended Maslow's ideas into the classroom. He believed learning thrives in environments where students feel respected and understood. He emphasized empathy, authenticity, and positive regard. You, as the teacher, must be genuine, caring, and accepting of your students. Learning is not just intellectual, it's emotional and relational. A strong student-teacher relationship can be the difference between engagement and apathy, between a student truly plugging in and a student perhaps in the higher grades not showing up at all to learn. These theories all share a focus on the student as a whole person, not just someone who receives information, but someone who thinks, feels, and relates to others. As you observe classrooms and plan lessons, ask yourself, am I modeling behavior? Am I giving students choice? Am I creating a safe and supportive space? These questions help connect theory to your real teaching practice. At the end of this module, you are going to have a quiz to apply these in some sort of like praxis-like scenarios. So I encourage you to review this narrated PowerPoint or slide deck rather, and the raw slide deck. Additionally, if you feel that you need some expanded learning, all of these theories through a very quick Google search can take you to articles and lots of little videos that can help expand your understanding. So see you for Module 4 in just a bit.